This video has been sponsored by Squarespace. Check out the Golf. It is looking sweet. It's already gone a massive transformation from when we first picked it up. Remember the state it was in, and now it's looking so clean, all jet black. The headlights are now working, the bumper is on, and it's finally ready for the first drive. Inside, all the airbags have gone as well. They're all where they should be, and everything's driving fine. We still have a few faults on the dash, which hopefully we can clear off eventually, but oh yes, I'm looking forward to driving this thing. Now, still suspect there's going to be a little bit of suspension damage, and the tracking is probably going to be way out. As you remember, we changed the whole suspension on this side. Now, the good thing about this Golf, even though we picked it up and it was crash damaged, it's actually unregistered, so it doesn't flag up as a categorised car on the system. But Matt, mate, hundreds of thousands of people have watched you rebuild this on YouTube, so it's as good as categorised. Oh yeah. But that isn't going to stop me from enjoying it. So what do you say we take it for its first drive? This is properly quick as well. I was not expecting that, but we have our first problem already. Okay, so the first thing is when I put my foot down, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm getting a flashing traction light constantly, and that is, well, I assume it is because the tracking is way out. The car's pulling to the right hand side. To go straight, the steering wheel's there, so yeah, the tracking is way out. But as I thought, and obviously me driving it fast in a straight line, is tripping the sensors out. Okay, next problem. I can go up gears fine if I switch it to manual, 5th gear, 6th gear. Going down, yeah, this flappy paddle does not work. Oh God. You know what? I can see myself really liking this car. Now, although it's got a few issues, it looks so nice now, and I can tell this car's got a lot of potential. But don't worry, we are not done there. This car is going to be heavily modified, as most of my cars are. Actually, seeing a Golf R in its stock form is quite rare. I never see a stock Golf R on the road. So first thing, the tracking and suspension. We need to get it aligned. We then need to investigate this flappy paddle not working. I suspect it's probably broken, or I broke a wire taking something off. And we still have a few warning lights on the dash. Obviously, here we've got front assist not available and proactive protection unavailable. So the front assist is actually the active cruise control, and that works off a radar sensor which is behind this badge. To calibrate it, it is a ridiculous amount of work. I can't do it. It has to go to Volkswagen. It's about 1,500 quid plus. Don't think I'll be doing it. I've lived without assistive cruise control for a long time. Probably just going to code that one out. And the proactive occupant protection is just the seatbelt tensioners. They probably just need to be coded in, so I reckon we could do that no problem. And of course, me being me, not only are we going to fix it, we're going to start the modifications today as well. And we have got some good ones back at the unit. So let's go ahead there. Okay, so the question is, what's first? Because there's a lot of modifications and fixes we need to do to the Golf. No, not yet. Later. Again, later. Yeah, later as well. Yeah, as you can see, we've got a whole lot to get through in this video. But the first thing I want to fix is that downshifter, the flappy paddle. Worst case, if it is broken, I've got a couple spare here. I know, who keeps spare flappy paddles, right? Let's get to it. Fixed. Not sure how that one broke, but I definitely think it was me who broke that. I also still can't believe how sick these Maserati Liberty Walk hoodies are. Check them out. And these are for sale on my website, mattarmstrong.co.uk. And speaking of websites, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Yes! From websites to online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build and run your business. Okay, let's say you've got a business like myself or an online blog and you don't have a website for it. Then what are you doing? You need to head to squarespace.com. So here we are on squarespace.com, ready to start our new website. There's loads of templates to choose from. Let's start from this one. Straight away, we can go in and edit what's already there by dragging and dropping our own photos in there and our own logos in there. And it's looking already like your own and professional at the same time. I'm about to add in my new hoodies onto the website as well, and check it out. It is looking sweet. You can also see what it looks like on mobile as well, which is really good. So when you need a website, go to squarespace.com or click the link in the description box below. And when you're ready to launch your website, use code Matt Armstrong and you're going to get yourself 10% off your first website or domain name. We have to say a huge thank you for Squarespace for their continued support of the channel. Right, it's time to mod the goal.
Too damn late to reply, so I lost my place in the line to the house of shake, where I was hoping to find a babe, yeah. Ooh, 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 225, lucky stars on a cheap desert price.
Coilovers, yep, we're installing them. Here's my logic. If I go ahead and get my wheel alignment and tracking done, then I go and put on some coilovers and new wheels, then I'm going to need to get it done again. So we might as well get it over and done with now. And the coilovers that we are going for are BC Racing coilovers. I had BC Racing coilovers on my S5 and my Audi R8, and you know what? They never let me down. They're not the most expensive coilovers, but they're not the cheapest either. They're sort of a nice mid-range, obviously height adjust, damper adjust, and camber adjust, which is exactly what I need. So I've actually fitted lowering springs to a Mark 7 Golf GTI before. The real OG subscribers will know, and I can't believe I'm going to link to this video, but it's in the top right hand corner. It is very old. So I should know exactly what I'm doing here. Kind of. Let's fit him.
Games, the one she played, knocks me right on my feet, and the blame that's on me for letting her go across the line. Ooh, I've been feeling this way for some time. Ooh, I just can't ease you off of my mind. Hey now, she got me tied down, 'cause she's a pro now. Hey now, she got me tied down, 'cause she's a pro now.
Okay, fronts, both side coilovers are now on difficulty rating, probably 6 out of 10. So the coilovers are obviously height adjustable. The smaller this gap here, the lower the car. I've left them as they are for now, but as you can see, the wheel sits much closer towards the arch. So it'll be interesting to see once we got the wheel on. We've got shorter drop links here. This side actually wasn't too bad. The passenger side was a lot harder to do because the drive shaft was a lot shorter, so it means I couldn't push down the wheel hub low enough to get the old shock out, but somehow managed to do it by swinging off it. All we've got left to do now is the back. Now the rear of the car tends to be easier because the damper is separate to the spring. So all you do is loosen the damper bolt out, pull down this arm here, and the spring should come out. But well, I've said it now. All we gotta do is get to it. So let's go.
I've been to the top of Mount Everest. I've sailed the 7 seas. I've shared the stage with all the best. Lot of good it did for me. I've walked the wall of China, walked till my feet were sore. Came home to Carolina and found my love next door. Well, what do you know? What do you know?
I don't know why I decided to gun that one up, and yeah, I've snapped the bolt. So now I've got to find another bolt for the anti-roll bar bush thing. Oh, this is just typical. Yes! After scurrying around for so long, I think I have found a bolt which is going to be the replacement to the broken one. We may get this on the floor today.
I didn't have to travel the world. Yeah, what do you know?
coilovers are on, they're fitted, and the wheels are on. You can tell it's already going to be a lot lower just from where the wheel sits right there. And this is going to make a massive difference on the car. It's crazy what a difference lowering can make on the looks of things and the handling as well. Let's lower this thing down and see what it looks like. I've not done any adjustments to the suspension, just straight out the box, straight onto the Golf. Let's see what it looks like. Yes! The fronts are sitting perfect. I think that's absolutely bang on. And I think if you're watching this and you have not subscribed, I think that's worth a subscribe. Go on and do it. I feel like the rears are a little higher to the front, but there's obviously more weight on the front with the engine. I reckon after we've bedded this in, bounced up and down from it for a bit, I think it was looking pretty much even. And plus, we're going to change the wheels as well to a bigger size. Okay, next mod is this one, a carbon accent spoiler. They've sent quite a few of the mods that are going on today, and there's a link in the description from. Now, this is what every man and the dog has got on their Golf R, and I'm about to add it to mine. Okay, so this spoiler simply goes on the back of the Golf like that. Now, I thought you may have to drill it on or nut and bolt it. Wrong. It's actually supplied with double-sided tape. Although double-sided tape is pretty good and it's pretty reliable, I'm going to tiger seal it as well to ensure that this is never coming off. Let's stick it on. Oh, hello, is that a completely different rear end? That spoiler's completely transformed it. Yes, there is 999 Golfs with the same spoiler. This one is carbon now and it looks freaky fresh. And the black badge as well, also from Carbon Accents. That was a little clip-off, clip-on job. The spoiler wasn't too hard to fit. I did have to heat it up just to make a little nice mold around there. Obviously the carbon is really rigid, so heating it up softens it a bit and allows me to move it around the spoiler. Fingers crossed that doesn't fall off, but the rear end of the car, oh yeah, that is looking so sick. So the couple of mods that we've done to the Golf R has already completely transformed the look of it. Can't wait to get it outside and show you a full little walk around, but yet there is still more. Now the carbon rear spoiler cannot be the only thing. We have carbon on the car, and whilst we're starting to black everything out, the mirror caps have got to go. Carbon Accents hooking us up yet again. Yes, with the carbon mirror caps. Hopefully these just clip off and on. Not really looked into how to do it. Just gonna send it. They've also hooked us up with like smoked, I think these are like dynamic indicators, as you can see. They replace those ones there. I'm gonna do that whilst I'm at it. Oh, let's do it. Yet again, another successful mod. Little swooping indicators, pretty cool to match the rear indicators, which also do the little swoop, swoop. And the carbon is looking sick and stealthy. Thanks, Carbon Accents, for that. You really hooked us up there. I think the front end definitely needs more stealthy now. I will probably wrap this chrome trim black. We can't really do anything about this badge because it is part of the radar. I feel like it's some sort of like translucent thing. It was the same on my A45. But for now, we have one more thing. In fact, probably two more things before we finally get it outside and see the new stance of the Golf R. First thing, spark plugs. I want to make this Golf into a Lamborghini killer, and it's not going to happen if our serviceable items are all terrible. So we might as well change the spark plugs whilst we're here.
You watch me under the light, so keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night.
that should do the job. Let's start it up, make sure it runs okay, make sure I've done everything right, please. Yes! Okay, so I think we'll leave the next mod for the next video, but for now, I think it's time to get the Golf outside, check out its new stance and the new modifications in the natural light. Let's get it outside. Oh! Ooh! Yes, look how good the Golf is looking. It's crazy how much a couple of mods can completely transform a stock car. So now it is sitting perfect. I think that is sitting absolutely perfect. It's not too low and it's not too high. It sits literally just right, just above the tyre. I'm yet to drive it to see exactly what it drives like, but I know it is looking sick. And then the carbon mirrors, yes, it's adding to the stealthy look, along with this spoiler has completely transformed the rear end of the car, along with the black badge as well. It's so much more stealthy. I don't know about getting rid of the rear wiper on the Golf. I've done it on a lot of the hatchbacks that I've owned, and it does look a lot smoother on the back without it. So I definitely think that'll probably be the next mod, but look how good it's looking now. Just lowered, it's transformed the car, and then obviously the rear is looking way more aggressive with that spoiler. So I'm not even touching the surface of how far we're going with this Golf R. Believe me, there's a lot more to do. So all I can kindly do now is ask you guys to hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.